Alright guys, the penultimate regular season power rankings. Yep, it is week 17. We gotta go through every single team. Here's the rankings after the Christmas week. Yeah, let's go NFL week 17 power rankings. Welcome back to Leaf NFL. Of course, please like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the NFL Week 17 power rankings. Of course, we had a pretty crazy week of Christmas, crap, football, all that stuff. Of course, we'll go through 1 through 32 again in order of these teams, not going from 32 to 1 because that would be kind of chaotic. But obviously, looking at the playoff picture, that's what we're going to be using a lot of today. Obviously, with a ton, and I mean a ton of teams needing to get in. Obviously, we have already 6 teams that have clinched the playoffs, and a lot of teams that aren't going to be, 8 teams that aren't going to be in the playoffs. But again, all these other teams, they're still hanging around. Whether it's likely, like the Bears, or unlikely, like the Bears, or kind of likely, I guess, like the Chiefs. So, yeah, with all that said, though, let's get right into it. Starting off with the Eagles. Alright, and for the cheesesteaks, where do I put them? Because, again, they just played the Giants, obviously, and they beat the Giants, what was it, 33-25. It wasn't their perfect win, but it did, of course, snap that 3-game losing streak. So, for the Eagles, I'll probably put them at, like, 7. The Eagles are still probably a really good team. Again, they haven't played good football in the past, like, 4 weeks. But then again, they did still win, and they had a spot in this game, especially when they ran the football, where they looked like their old selves, somewhat. Obviously, this defense wasn't particularly great. They were better than they were the past 3 weeks, but for sure, if you're an Eagles fan, you should still be very concerned. We are still 11-4 in a very good spot. You could absolutely get the 1 seed. It's not super likely, but it could definitely happen. So, if you're an Eagles fan, just keep on winning. Again, you keep doing what you're doing, you should be good to go. But obviously, keep going down. You look at the Seahawks. I'll probably put the Seahawks at around 14. They're hanging in there, guys. That's just the simple point about it. Like, the Eagles, I mean, the Seahawks do have a very good shot at making playoffs at 70% right now. It's just simply because, again, they have a very favorable schedule on the stretch. They're playing first the Steelers in Week 17. That's not going to be an easy game by any means, but very favorable. Then they play at the Cardinals in Week 18, and obviously we know where the Cardinals are. So, obviously, back-to-back wins. Come back win last week, come back win this week. Yeah, it's not like this team is playing great football for their standards, but they're still hanging around. And they have a very good shot at the playoffs right now. As long as they don't sell, they'll probably be in there, even if they're gonna do anything or not. Cowboys, probably gonna put them at 6. I mean, no, 5. Yeah, the Cowboys will go at 5. Again, they played okay. I mean, again, the run defense is still very concerning. Again, they're basically locked into that 5 slot, though. I mean, they need the Eagles to lose, and they need to win out for that to actually occur. And, I mean, the Eagles are playing some bad teams. So, basically locked in the 5 seed. But then, again, they could definitely go up. What is it called? Yeah, they could definitely go up with the Lions, because, again, the Lions already clinched the NFC North, but, again, they play them. I could definitely see them going up in the power rankings if they're able to stop that Lions running game. Obviously, though, offensively, they got to figure out how to run the football a little more effectively and gives you another back in there that has a little more juice, because, obviously, Tony Pollard he gets cooked after, like, 15 carries. You can't give him too many, because then he's just getting completely cooked. He's basically useless. And obviously, this defense, though, again, they're really good at minimizing those big plays. But, guys, they have 50 yards to Jalen Waddle. And obviously, they had their struggles on short yardage situations against the run. And actually, throwing the sprint outs, too. So, for the Cowboys, obviously, they still have a lot of concerns. But they are locking that 5 seed. And, yeah, there's a good chance they'll rest their starters in Week 18. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. Like, again, maybe you'll still taking this still a shot to win the division. But, like, I don't know. Like, the Cowboys, again, they're basically locked in that 5 slot. All right, Raiders. I'll put the Raiders at 17. Again, they're not going to probably win another game with Aiden O'Connell going 0-10 after that first quarter through the air. But then again, guys, this is a Raiders team that continues to find ways to win football games. Obviously, they've won back-to-back games. Last week, what is it called? Yeah, who did they play last week? I'm like brain dead right now with that. Oh yeah, of course, putting up 63 against the Chargers, and then like again this last week in front of the whole country, shocking the Chiefs. Of course, with 2 defensive touchdowns. Again, they only have a 13% chance to make it. But honestly, I think they have a very good shot at beating the Colts just because of the fact they were able to do it with a worse team, arguably, against a better Colts team back in 2021. So, again, the Raiders are going to... Aiden O'Connell's going to have to throw the football if they're going to want to win these games. They got to be better on 3rd down. Obviously, this running game would be very nice if we can continue to trend the way it has been, as well as this defense continuing to play very well. That's how this team's going to make the playoffs. But I'm not going to completely knock them out yet, especially with a coach in Antonio Pierce who has been amazing for them. Obviously, though, not a very high chance to make the playoffs, but probably 18 for now, but they are playing good football. Jaguars, oh god. The Jaguars would probably go at 15, maybe 16. I'll probably put them at 16. Guys, the Jaguars have been terrible, like, the past couple weeks. It's rough. They've, of course, lost 4 straight. Again, they still probably win the division. They got a cupcake 2 games in the stretch versus the Panthers. They lose that game, they're done. And obviously they got the at the Titans in week 18. So yeah, they just need to win these last 2 games. It's very simple. It's not going to be that hard. Even if they lose, they'll probably still get it. Not this game, but the next week. So again, probably a must win for the Jaguars here tonight again, this week versus the Panthers. But again, with those 10 games in the 1 o'clock window, this game could easily be forgotten about. But guys, the Jags are holding on for dear life. They were last week too. They've been terrible. Of course, Trevor Lawrence has fallen off a ton since he got that first that initial injury versus the Bengals. Again, that was really actually a really good game. But obviously, though, the Jaguars are in free fall right now, and they're just not a very good team. If I'm a team in the AFC, you want to play them that first round. Like the Browns, you should be so happy to get to play them in the first round. At least right now, as it's projected. Jets, 26. I mean, again, I guess the fact they blew that huge lead. As long as Trevor Siemian is okay on 3rd down, just able to hit some guys underneath and again make a couple of plays, they should still be okay. I don't think the Jets are too bad. Obviously, their defense completely imploded though. But then again, they were super dominant in that first half, and they came up when they needed to, so I'm good with that. Obviously, though, Breece Hall, that's their whole offense. Again, they are eliminated at 6-9, but again, the Jets are still going to be a little bit competitive. They could end the season at 7-10, but that's probably best case scenario. I don't see them going to Cleveland. But then again, they did that last year. Of course, we get the Thursday night preview tomorrow as well for that game. Very interesting game for them there. Dolphins, probably at 4, no 3. The Dolphins go at number 3. No, wait, 4. Dolphins go 4. Dolphins are obviously in a no, 3. Yeah, the Dolphins go 3. Yeah, but the Dolphins obviously huge win for them. Of course, they got their first win versus a team with a winning record. I might actually bump the Cowboys down to 6 now I think about it. Dolphins, I might put the Dolphins, yeah, they'll go at 4. But yeah, with the Dolphins, what it's called, of course, they've been playing really good football. The real issue with them, obviously, is that, again, we just don't know if they can, like, really step it up. Because, again, they're going to have to go to Baltimore next week. Of course, that will be the battle for the number 1 seed. The Ravens can rest their starters in week 18 if they win that. But, obviously, the Dolphins are just like, we need to get this game. Well, they want to clinch the division. You do not want to have to face the Bills for the division because we all know you're not going to win that football game. So the Dolphins are in a very dangerous spot. Big win against the Cowboys. I can congratulate you guys a lot on that. But you're going to have to show up like you guys did last year in Baltimore if you really want to have a shot at winning that football game. Because you honestly are going to have to need to win it if you want to win a playoff game this year. Because I don't know. It could be a flip. The Dolphins could be going to, Buffalo next week. So, what is called in a wild card game. Like, on the road like last year. Just complete flip there. 3-6 game. Or 2-7. No, they're not going to be the 7th seed. So, yeah. Definitely like no, they could be they'd be the 5. No. Honestly, I think, yeah. The Browns will honestly probably will stay in that 5 slot. So, the Dolphins could be the 6th seed, and the Bills will honestly probably be the 2 seed. So that'll be very interesting though. But either way, yeah, the Dolphins are at 4 for me. All right, keep going down. Cardinals, they'll go at 30. No, 31. Yeah, the Cardinals, they were there against the Bears. I mean, no one really cared. That was a tank bowl. They continue to lose, and that's exactly what you need from this team. No, they'll go 30. Never mind. But obviously, Kyler looked a lot better, I guess, at some points. First 2 passing touchdown game since all the way back. I think it was like week 12 last year, something like that. Obviously, though, again, they got to continue to lose to get Marvin Harrison Jr. They need that legit number 1. I love Marquise Brown, guys, but he's not like a true number 1, especially, again, getting injured and stuff. Him and Marvin Harrison Jr. in that offense next year will be very good for this offense. Again, having a good futures foundation is good because, again, they're not awful. Again, this defense, they need to sign some dudes just to, like, be competent there. But the Cardinals obviously are going to continue to lose, and it's good for them. But yeah, they did get forced out their licks in against the Steelers and stuff. Bills! The Bills will go at, I don't know, like 9? Again, no, they'll probably go higher. Like, this is tough. Maybe at 8. I'm tough with the Bills. I might move them at 5 for now. I'm gonna slide them in, move them later, but obviously the Bills, they're gonna go at here because obviously they are the hottest team in the league right now. Again, I get the fact they didn't really play that well really at all against the Chargers. But obviously, though, the big plays are still there. Again, as long as Josh Allen isn't pressing at all, and this running game can simply just be a little more consistent, that's what they're going to need. I think it was getting more the Cowboys' defense than the Bills' running game. But again, they can really lean into that. Josh can just be getting good, consistent on 3rd down like he was last week. And this defense can continue to just, again, they might get up some yards, but holding the red zone, that's what you need from this team. Again, they're going to have to come up big in some other parts of the game. Like, Josh Allen's going to have a monster game in 2 weeks. But for now, they're a very good shot at making the playoffs. Of course, have a game lead on every other wildcard team. Not 2-game league like the Browns, who are basically, yeah, they're basically in the playoffs. But, yeah, they got the Patriots this week. Don't lose that one, and you should be fine. All right, Steelers. Steelers, of course, played out of their mind against the, what is it called? I might put them at 12, yeah. Played out of their way out of their mind against the, I might actually move them to 11. No, I'll keep them at 12 for now. Played out of their mind against the Bengals. Again, no one expected that. But again, if you are a Steelers fan, you got to be pretty happy with how they played. There are some concerns, of course. Obviously, though, like again, they're not expected to beat the Seahawks this week. Maybe Mason Rudolph can be good. That would be nice. But yeah, actually, just big win for you guys. Just one more game or tie next this week, which would be really weird. And you guys get in the playoffs. So again. I mean, not in the playoffs, but a good shot. Again, they're 70% right now. They're going to have to beat the Ravens in Week 18, so you're actually really rooting for the Ravens in that game against the Dolphins. So, again, you can have a shot at making the playoffs, but again, big win over the Bengals. You do have the head-to-head there. Technically, I don't, again, it's because wait, why are they behind the Bengals? They swept the Bengals. Whatever. That's very bizarre, but that's what's going on there. All right, yeah, wait, how does that work? The Steelers are ahead of the Bengals in the division, and that's a glitch. There's no way that's not a glitch, right? That's bizarre. How are the Steelers behind the Bengals? I do not understand that. Like, every single tiebreaker, too. Like, what the hell? Oh, whatever. Let's say, yeah, there's no way the Steelers are ahead of the Bengals. Like, I don't care about that. Rams, the Rams are going to go at probably number 10. I'm going to keep it 11 for now. I might move them up, though. Rams have been playing, their best football I've seen from them in a long time. Like, a long time. Obviously, that's more Matthew Stafford. This might be the best football he's played of his career. This defense, again, they are a little inconsistent. They've given up, like, 14-plus points in the fourth quarter of the past couple weeks, which is concerning. But if they're able to do what they usually do at MetLife, they should be good. And again, just want the Steelers to beat those Seahawks, and then they'll be in the playoffs. But if you're a Rams fan, it's simple. Like, what the hell they're gonna do this season? At least after if they post like into late, if they want to do anything going into January, they're gonna have to beat the Niners. That's how it's simple as it is. The Niners are the big bad Niners. Obviously, maybe not as bad as they were coming into this week, but yeah, that's what it comes down to, Rams fans. Again, I'm concerned too. Again, you said, why are you concerned? Like, we might not play the playoffs because, again, we get screwed over by the Niners. But we're going to have to beat the Niners in Week 18, of course, on the road. We haven't done that in, like, 6 years, so that's going to have to happen if we're going to want really, like, have a really good shot at getting in. Commanders, 31, they're trash. Again, I get the fact they did almost come back and beat the Jets. But, guys, the Jets suck. I'm actually moving them down here for now. But, yeah, the Commanders' defense is still terrible. Sam Howell sucks. He's not going to be the quarterback next year. He's literally played him out of a spot, what I've seen from him in the past 2 weeks. Again, if he just played somewhat average against the Rams and the Jets, he would, again, probably be their starting quarterback next year. But he's been so bad, I don't even think he'll be that. But obviously, number 3 pick. Let's go. Giants, 25. The Giants' defense will keep them in games against the rest of the season, but, I mean, their offense is just not really scary at all. And Saquon obviously can't do everything, so that's really what I got there. Really no threat in the passing game. Again, Darren Waller is very hyper inconsistent and obviously also never is healthy. So, Giants, of course, got eliminated by the Eagles, but they're there, I guess. Broncos, that was a bad loss, 21. The Broncos are simply dead. Like, obviously, they have a 7% chance to make the playoffs. I mean, if they beat the Chargers, that would be nice. But, guys, like, their season's kind of basically not really, over. It's rough if you're a Broncos fan. You've had, again, a wild year. But, obviously, that loss to the Chargers just kills you guys. Again, it's not completely over, but it basically is. Browns. Yeah, you're going way up here. I'll put you at 8. The Browns are legit. The reason I'm going to say that is because, again, they just completely maul the Texans. Again, the Texans, they're not that good. I get it was against Case Keenum, but they were 36-7. Like, they did what they were supposed to. They're red hot. They've won 3 in a row. Again, they beat the Ravens in Baltimore. They're only one of 2 teams to do that. Of course, the Colts are the other team, but yeah, this Browns team you don't want to take too seriously. Definitely, I think they'll be in the divisional round for sure. As long as Joe Flacco or Amari Cooper don't get hurt. Again, he had 11 catches, 265 yards, and 2 touchdowns. A monster day in that win. He will, and I mean that this team will be in the divisional round come that 3rd week of January. Keep going. Ravens, they're number 1. I mean, best record in the league, hottest team in the league. They just clapped the Niners, the other best team in the league. Yeah, the Ravens, they solidified themselves. Again, they've been steady Eddie most of the year. Of course, they've had some wild games, but they have not really looked unscathed since. Yeah, they do look unscathed since like a week. I don't even know. Since they lost to the Browns, I guess. But yeah, this team is really good. As long as they don't blow it against the Dolphins, they'll be able to rest their starters in Week 18 and give the Steelers probably a playoff spot. Again, I don't think they want to do that. They might still beat them, but if you're a Raven, if you're the Ravens, again, with how Lamar, your season ended with Lamar being out the past couple of years, you should be very grateful because again, if Lamar was healthy ending those last 2 seasons, this team would have gotten the 1 seed. Like again, maybe not last year, but the year before that in 2021, they definitely would have gotten that 1 seed. Like the Titans had no business being the 1 seed. So the Ravens, they should be very grateful because this is what's going to happen when Lamar's healthy. So very grateful about that, guys. But again, you cannot have Lamar get hurt. What was I gonna say? Patriots. They're gonna probably go 28. I mean, they're competitive, guys. They're not completely blowing it, I guess. But yeah, if you're a Patriots fan, you should, I guess, kind of be happy. I mean, no, you shouldn't be. But yeah, they'll go here again. That was not the right thing for them, but they're gonna go here. Saints. 22. I mean, guys, no one's scared of the Saints. I'm sorry. Like, I was actually, like, a little concerned about with the Rams and with against the Saints, but they completely mauled them. The Saints are just not a scary team. Like, no one looks at the Saints and you're like, oh, God. So, that's why they're going to go. They're probably going to win another game down the stretch. They could beat the Bucs this week. Will they? Probably not, but we'll see. But, yeah, again, battle for the division, so they're going to be at 22. Texans. Probably going to put them at 19. Again, that was a really ugly loss to better, what is it called, Browns team. But they're still in it, technically the playoffs, current 38%. They need C.J. Stroud, though. Again, the Titans game obviously won't be too easy because, again, Derrick Henry's ran for over 200 yards all the last 3 times he's headed to NRG Stadium. So, Titans, they're going to have to be able to score some points and probably have to control the clock a little bit if they don't want to get cooked by Derrick Henry. So, or ran over more what is it called, accurately. But, yeah, they're going to go at 19 because they are still technically in it. And honestly, I'll probably switch them with the Raiders. They're a better team than the Raiders. For sure. Falcons, 24. I'm gonna actually put the Raiders down here that I think about it. But Falcons, they don't really scare me. Again, it was a really good win because again, no, I'll probably put them at 23. Their defense looked really good. Like better than you've usually seen them, and at least like again, Taylor Heineke didn't suck. So they're still in it. They actually have a chance of getting that 7th seed if a couple things happen. So I would not completely knock the Falcons out just yet. But then again, they'll probably lose to the Bears and completely get eliminated. I'm not confident in this team, but they did look really good against the Colts. Panthers 32. Again, that was just hilarious the way that game ended. But you're on your way to not having the #1 pick. Packers. I don't know, 24. The Packers are very concerning, obviously. But I don't know. Jordan Love pulling something out of his butt in his defense, not giving 80 points. Maybe they have a shot against the Vikings. But yeah, the Packers are already in a very rough spot. Again, winner go home game, just like the Vikings again. What is it called next week? Please tie though. If you guys tie, that would be so hilarious. Both of you guys would be eliminated. That would be just awesome. No, technically not, but yeah. Bucks. Oh god, the Bucks are really good right now. I might put them at 9. Oof. The Bucks, they're looking really good right now. Obviously though, yeah, they played some cupcake teams, but the way they just completely dominated the Jaguars last week, and their offense just completely took like the pedal off the metal in that third after the half. But that was dominating football. Like again, there have not been many wins like that, at least in the half this season. Like their defense is really hot. You do not want to play the Bucks right now, even though again they technically have to go all away from them, of course, when they because they play the Saints. But yeah, they win, they clinch the South. So again, just do that, and then yeah, rest Baker in Week 18 before you have really a deciding game against the Cowboys. Because the guys like, I don't think they can beat the Cowboys, but if Baker pops off, you never know. All right, Titans. Titans will go into 29. Again, I don't like the Titans guys this year. Obviously, Derrick Henry, he had one last hurrah against the what is it called? Seahawks this week in Nashville, but I mean, again, they play against the Jaguars technically, so they can spoil their season in Week 18. But they got the Texans on the road again. Maybe Derrick Henry runs for a lot of yardage, and I don't know. See, Will Levis gonna have to come back because obviously Ryan Tannehill was brutal this week. But yeah, they'll go at 29. Chargers were competitive. I'll put them at 26 though. They're completely eliminated. Obviously, I wouldn't say they're lifeless. They look good against the Bills, but yeah, their season's definitely already over. I mean, again, they can play spoiler down the stretch, so don't count them out. Colts, 19. Yeah, they got completely dominated by the Falcons. There's no way around it. Like, the Falcons really took it to them. But, yeah, if they can get this running game going a little better, and again, Gardner Minshew gets the ball a little quicker, these receivers create a little more separation, get Michael Pittman Jr. back. Again, they're going to have to beat the Raiders. There's no way they're making the playoffs if they don't beat the Raiders, technically. So, again, going 10-7 will get them in the playoffs. Again, it's going to probably come down to Week 18. But, again, with how the Raiders have beaten them in the past, this is the game they need to win. Bears. They're not this high. Probably move the Texans up, probably move the Colts up, probably move these teams up. Oh my god. Alright, still going. The Bears go here. They're technically still in the playoff race, but let's be honest. Again, more like spoiler. Of course, they can still beat the Falcons. They have under 1% chance to make the playoffs. So even if they win, they're at 1%. So again, they're going to have to win out, obviously. But they got the Falcons this week at home. Again, play spoiler. Do something like that. I don't know. Justin Fields be a little more consistent. Vikings, again, they're just not here. So I'll probably move the Jaguars up and them. I'm going to put the Vikings at 17. Here's why. The Vikings defense has been good all year. Like, they've been very consistent. But obviously, though, this defense on this offense, again, the reason I'm okay with them being this high, which might be kind of crazy, is because Nick Mullins is moving the football with this offense, guys. There's no way they're losing to the, Packers next week, if he can throw the ball like that. Because they're not picking him off 4 times. I don't care how many ducks he throws. They're not doing that against them. So that's what I'll say. And the Packers are not scoring 30 on this Vikings defense too. Obviously, the Lions game was tough for them. They'll probably win in Week 18. They still have a pretty good shot to make the playoffs. They just can't kick themselves in the foot. Maybe don't have Nick Mullins throw so many bombs, but again, that offense did look really good last week. Again, despite the 4 interceptions from Nick. Niners still go with 2. Again, Brock Purdy lost a lot of confidence. Again, some people lost a lot of confidence in this team, but guys, it was one game. These Super teams were probably playing in the Super Bowl anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, the Niners have to respond next week by absolutely just murdering the Commanders, and then not blowing the 1 seed against the Rams. So they'll go at number 2. Lions will go at number 3. They're in a very good spot. Obviously, they technically still have a shot at the 1 seed. They're gonna obviously need the Niners to lose probably, and not the Eagles. I think they still can get the 1 seed without the Eagles losing, but yeah, they gotta beat the Cowboys this week. Again, that'll be a very good stepping stone for them. The Lions, you gotta really start taking them legit, and like you can't just say, hey, they're gonna lose in the first round, and they're able to beat the Cowboys, because again, they beat the Cowboys. Cowboys are again a legit team at home. This Lions team is probably the most feared team in the NFC to the Niners, because guys, no one's beaten the Cowboys in Dallas since legitimately since the Niners did back in in that wild card game. So it's been basically 2 years, guys. Lions, if you want to really show what team you're going to be going in the playoffs, you got to knock out these Cowboys in Dallas. It's probably not going to happen, but I mean, I'm not really totally counting it out. Bengals, probably at a 13. Yeah, that was not a good loss. There's no way around it. But then again, guys, the Bengals are not playing like that in another game. They laid a complete egg, I get that, but I'm not completely knocking them out just yet. Again, they could definitely beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs, they'll go at 10. So here's the thing, guys. The Chiefs are 9-6, but they'll probably still again. They just gotta beat the Bengals. They're probably gonna lose it too. They'll probably blow the division. Not gonna lie, but yeah, the Chiefs are in a really rough spot, but they're gonna clinch the division probably. And if they can do that, again, they'll probably be. Honestly, they might be the 2 seed. No, they won't be because the Bills will beat them. But yeah, 3 seed probably for the Chiefs. Again, they're gonna have to have a lot of stuff to happen to actually get not to play a road game in the playoffs. But yeah, they blew the doors off against the what is it called? Raiders, but the reason they're still at 10 is because I haven't seen the wheels completely fall off just yet. Again, I get the fact they just lost to the Raiders on Christmas with what is it called 7th game of the season scoring under 20 points. They only had 6 with that back in 20 since in Patrick Mahomes era. Obviously, 6 losses most of the Patrick Mahomes era. But here's the thing, guys, it's the Chiefs. You can't completely knock them off just yet. That's why. Unless they get their absolute butts kicked by the Bengals, I am not moving them outside the top 10. Again, even if they still lose, they'll probably keep them there. They'll probably, if they win, they're gonna go up higher. I'm not completely sold out on the Chiefs. I'll say the one thing though, they're not winning the Super Bowl this year. That's really the only thing I'll say about them. But outside of that, guys, they still have a shot at winning the AFC. And then with that, that's all I got for the what is called NFL Week 17 power rankings. Kind of a rant there, but there's again a lot to go through there. Hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, see you for the Thursday Night Football preview tomorrow. Should be a decent game, and again had a pretty big history last year. Here's the ending to that game last year, of course, that being the Jets and the Browns.
2 chances to get 10 for the Jets. Flacco over the middle, it's caught! Touchdown! Garrett Wilson! The Jets trying to pull a miracle comeback. 15-yard strike from Flacco.
What a route by the young rookie. Watch how in stride this ball is, on time and in rhythm.